What up, everybody, welcome back to the Phillips channel. Back here in a video. Today's video of a Walmart toy hunt. There's actually like a lot of Walmarts around me. There is two in like a more city area, and there's one near me. There's one near my grandparents' house, and when I go there I hit that one up as well. So there's Walmarts all around me, so I'm really down to do Walmart toy hunts. That's why there is so many more of them compared to other places. Which I have mixed feelings about Walmart right now, because if you don't know, Walmart's kind of picking up most of the lines that Toys R Us left behind, like the SummerSlam lines, the Fan Central lines. But you know, I think that's a good thing, because I might be able to find these now, because my Toys R Us was always like 3 months late to the party. But that also means that where most of the Walmarts around me aren't getting the actual Walmart exclusives, like the Heartbreak Hotel, the WrestleManias, and actually on this toy hunt's the first time I find any WrestleMania figures, and we're already on to SummerSlam. But we do find one of the WrestleMania figures here. But let me know down in the comment section, what do you guys think about the whole Walmart picking up most of Toys R Us's lines. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm pretty mixed. But overall, I think it could be a good thing. But I think it will cancel out a lot of figure lines. If you guys were curious, this was the Walmart we went to that I was pretty upset because of how small the little section was here on the end cap. It wasn't like its own section in the actual aisle. So that is where we're at, looking at here. And surprisingly, they had quite a few random little knickknacks of the SummerSlam basics, which surprised me. And a bit of a plot twist will come involving those SummerSlam basics a little bit later. But I mean, honestly, I love that Kurt Angle, but I can't get these basics anymore because of the articulation. There is one Elite SummerSlam Edge down there, and they were absolutely loaded up with Elite 54 and 55. Now, this Neville's still with the company. He's just kind of not been on TV, and he's waiting out for his contract to end. So I don't think we're ever going to see another Neville figure. And I had to get this Neville. Every time I go to Walmart, I always keep finding them. And I always keep pushing them off. But finally this time, I bought Neville. And I'm pretty happy with it. I'm glad that I got Neville, because I think I needed a Neville. And my only other Neville is the NXT basic one. So I'm glad to get a new Neville and Cruiserweight Championship that I could possibly make into customs. This place was absolutely loaded up with basics. They had a couple of the monsters. I don't know if I'm ever going to end up getting those monsters, but they did have Basic Series 80, some Seth Rollins, some Brock Lesnar, Rusev, John Cena, more Rollins, some Brocks, battle packs. That's one thing Walmarts around me always seem to have, is plenty of battle packs. They had, is that 55 maybe, with the Revival. They had 52 with Sheamus and Cesaro. They had The Miz and Maurice dressed as Nikki Bella and John Cena battle pack. And I do believe that they also had the Stephanie McMahon and what's his name, Mick Foley battle pack, which was pretty cool and interesting in its own right. But they did have the one Barber the Brutus Beefcake, which I never really watched back then in his wrestling days, so I never really was interested in that figure. I've been considering picking up, just maybe make like a Kenny Omega custom, but I'm not really sure on that. At this point, I think I'm done hunting, okay? I have my Neville in my hand. I'm like getting ready to go to the line to pay for this Neville. Finally, I'm not pushing it off. Finally, I'm gonna get this Neville figure. And my mom comes, who is also there toy hunting with me. She wasn't really looking for toys, but she was just there in spirits, and she was like, hey, what's this back here? And I turned around, and I found like the Hallelujah gem line. WWE Mattel SummerSlam end cap. Oh my god, this is absolutely filled up. Basics, elites, all of them. So let's just go over the basics real quick. They have Ric Flair, they have the John Cena, the Kurt Angle. The Kurt Angle is the only one I'd really consider getting, but again, that basic articulation just makes it almost unplayable. And of course, the big dog, Roman Reigns. The Elite-wise, They have the Edge, which I don't think I would get. The Dean Ambrose, which if I knew that they had it at this Walmart, I wouldn't have got it at Target, but no regrets, that's how I'm living. We have Matt Hardy, which I think eventually I'll end up getting that, just not right now. Now, they have pretty much, like, stocked to the brim. Like, a lot of these shelves are kind of full of the figures here, and they go back a couple figures deep. And they do have other knickknacks, like Elite 55, Cass, Neville, and some other random guys like that. Like, I believe there was a Taker in there somewhere as well. But one thing that was kind of upsetting is they had no Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the guy in the series that, like, was the one that if I found him, I definitely would have picked him up because I need a new Seth Rollins, and the belt wouldn't hurt. But it kind of breaks my heart not like finding them all and finding multiple of them all, and just not being able to find Seth Rollins. And I really hope a scalper didn't come through and buy all the Seth Rollinses, because if there's a scalper in my area, well, then there might be a brawl in the parking lot or something. I'm not trying to have my dolly scalped. Well, guys, there you have it. That was the Walmart toy hunt. A bit of an exciting one, and a bit of a plot twist there especially to me, when I turned around and saw that huge wall of SummerSlam figures. My heart started racing, and then they didn't have Seth Rollins, and then it just sucked. But we did end up getting the Elite 55 Neville, so look out for the review of that, and I actually can't wait to, like, animate with that, because that figure, like, I think that figure's going to be very cool. And I hope there's not going to be a lot of scuffage on it, because that seems to be an issue with Mattel. Their quality control seems to be a bit crappy. So when the figure with that high detail comes out, I'm a bit worried about it, but I'm still going to get it. But with that said, hopefully you all enjoyed it. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.